Sheilas and fellas, we are once again back at Walmart as they continue to try and save PC gaming once and for all. Today's deal is this incredible all-AMD 9800X 3D gaming PC with the RX 9070 XT for an incredible $1,749 United States rock flag and eagle dollars. An amazing price for July of 2026, and if we compare it to Micro Center's cheapest comparable gaming rig, that thing is $2,000, so we just had to pick this baby up, but there is one slight issue. It's from iBuy problems. Sorry, I mean iBuy scammers. I mean iBUYPOWER. Excuse me, mate, where are my manners? So we are walking into the store, and this is slowly becoming our home base for Walmart because it's right next door to my local Costco, so I can grab a dollar dog and some petrol once I'm done. But more importantly, the reason why I love this particular store is it's one of the few Walmarts I've been to that actually sells PC components. They have RTX graphics cards up to the RTX 5070, some B850 motherboards, and even the Ryzen 7 9800X 3D for sale. So we will eventually do a maxed out gaming PC build from this store one day, but in the meantime, we just couldn't pass up this deal. Now, once again, we found this baby on slickdeals.net, a free online deal website that we use all the time to find and purchase great value pre-builts. And then once we did purchase it, I posted it on my community page on my YouTube channel just so I could let people know of this great deal and see what they thought of it. Now, unfortunately, because it was an iBUYPOWER rig, people were pretty aggressive. This fella said the power supply finna be 100 watts and CL100 RAM, mate. The next dude said, I don't know if iBUYPOWER will have good components. And then finally, someone said, damn, that's a good deal, but the RAM timing's about to be CL48. So clearly, based on the previous reviews we have done on other iBUYPOWER rigs, people have little faith in the components on the inside of this thing. But let's get it back to the studio so Hank can tear it apart and see what's on the inside of this gaming PC. So we are back in the studio and Hank is excited for this one. He loves ripping into an iBUYPOWER PC because you never know if you're going to stumble across some treasure or a steaming pile of excrement. Now, because the price is so good, even relative to Micro Center's all-AMD 9800X 3D paired with the 9070 XT, I am not going into this expecting it to be some NASA supercomputer, mate. If we can get a good GPU, some decent RAM, an okay motherboard, and an 850 watt PSU, I'll be happy with this. But enough yapping, mate. Let's rip the box off this thing to unveil our destiny. And oh my god, that was hard to get off, and it is very nicely packaged, thank god. And oh boy, it's even come with its own gaming mouse and keyboard, so that settles it, mate. This thing is well worth the $1,749 bacon and egg sandwiches it cost us to buy. Now, we have reviewed this keyboard and mouse previously on the channel, and it's fine, mate. It's not bad, it's not great, it's just fine. Go watch the video after this if you want to see a more in-depth review on the keyboard, but now is the moment you've all been waiting for. We removed the final piece of the packaging foam to reveal the inside of this baby, and oh my, ladies and gentlemen, I am liking what I'm seeing so far. For an iBUYPOWER PC, I actually think it looks pretty good. A front-mounted graphics card and an LCD AIO? Have we finally got our hands on a good iBUYPOWER rig? This can't be happening, mate. I tell you what, before we start jumping to conclusions, we are going to need two firm handshakes from the glizzy and we can turn this rocket ship on and blast straight off to the moon. And would you look at that, mate? The CEO of iBUYPOWER saw our name on the order and preset this thing to rainbow ARGB puke just the way we like it, and I am not going to lie. I actually love the look of this thing. Once we have the AIO screen turned on and the graphics card's fans spinning, I think it looks pretty incredible, mate. This PC case is actually from Height, which iBUYPOWER owns and produces. They are the only brand I am aware of that actually allows you to buy a pre-built with a vertically mounted GPU, so I think that's a really nice touch. When you have the right GPU vertically mounted, I think it looks amazing, and we have been blessed with this Asus Prime Edition of the 9070 XT. It has these three sleek fans bringing air into the GPU with a brushed aluminium style black and gray finish, and the cooling performance on this thing is insane. This is about the fourth time we've got this particular graphics card in a pre-built, and they always keep the GPU under 65 degrees cooling whenever we run it under 100% load and firm arc. And right now, you can purchase these babies for around $730 United States hot dogs from Micro Center, but let me know down in the comments. If you picked up this rig while it was on sale, did you get the GPU or did you get another brand? Because I know iBUYPOWER constantly subs different components in and out of their PCs. Alright, Sheilas and fellas, so we got, in my opinion, the best variant GPU we could have asked for, so 1 for 1 iBUYPOWER, good job so far. Can we keep the momentum going now that we have the GPU out of the way and we can judge the rest of the components? Starting with the M.2, and this is a bit of a letdown, mate. It's the paper.For 10 Gen 4 M.2 with 4,500 megabytes per second read and write speeds. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not a terrible M.2, but unfortunately, it's only 1 terabyte. Now, comparing that to Micro Center's flagship 9070 XT PC, which comes with 2 terabytes, we are going to have to give that one the win, but given that this PC is 450 American cold stones less than that one, I will give it a pass here, mate. At least it's Gen 4, right? As we go over to Amazon right now, you can get this baby brand new for $155, which is right around the cheapest M.2 that I can find right now, so 2026 is cooked when it comes to storage. So with the M.2 out of the way, we can move up to the RAM, and I am nervous, mate. Our last iBUYPOWER PC that we got from Costco had a CL of 48, so I was ready to have a turd thrown at my face, but to our surprise, this random white 32GB ARGB kit from the company Manta X Sky, which I've never heard of, is clocked at 6,400 mega transfers per second and a CL of 32. That is sensational, mate. It has been a good 6 months since we have got CL32 RAM in a pre-built, mate. Have I collapsed and gone to heaven? This can't be happening. iBUYPOWER has literally given us good RAM, and right now the cheapest we can find for this particular kit was $469 on Newegg, which is crazy. We might have to start calling them iBUYValue because so far so good, am I right? Speaking of value, this baby comes with a digital 360mm AAO which shows the CPU temperatures and has a ton of rainbow ARGB being beamed out of it. If we compare it to Micro Center's $2,200 rig, that has the Cooler Master Elite 360, which we've often seen do a pretty terrible job when it comes to cooling the 9800X3D. But alas, unfortunately, this baby wasn't great either. When we ran it under 100% load using Thermark, the temperatures got up to 92 degrees, which is a bit on the warm side, mate, but it's not the end of the world. Most PCs rarely run the CPU at such high loads, and during gaming, it was sitting anywhere between 60 and 70 degrees, which for the 9800X3D is perfectly acceptable. Now, this was a bit strange because we've only ever tested one other iBUYPOWER PC that has the exact same cooler on it. Now, it was also cooling a 9800X3D, and that thing somehow kept its maximum temperature at 63 degrees when we were running it under 100% load. So I don't actually know if there's a ton of variability in these particular AIOs or if this particular PC was being undervolted. Let me know what you think down in the comments, mate, because I can't explain what I'm seeing. So now that we do have the AIO off, we can see the 9800X3D, one of the best gaming CPUs ever made and a great pickup in a PC under $1,800. Unfortunately, it is currently powering a motherboard that we are not a big fan of, the ASRock B650 MCX, a very basic micro ATX board. Now, in terms of aesthetics, given the GPU is front mounted, I'm perfectly happy with the PC putting a micro ATX board in because you can't even tell. But I am not a big fan when it comes to ASRock boards. There was a ton of them that were blowing up originally when the 9800X3D first came out. Now, I know they have released a BIOS to fix this problem, but even still, this bad boy only has 2 M.2 slots. The VRMs are extremely average for the 9800X3D. It only supports PCIe 4 on the GPU, even though the graphics card can support PCIe 5, and the rear I/O ain't anything to write home about either. This board is also extremely cheap. You can find it secondhand on eBay for like $60. Now, is all of this going to change your gaming experience? Meh, not really. I am throwing some quick benchmarks on the screen right now, and you can literally crush any game at 1440p on this gaming rig, or heck, a bit of FSR4 upscaling will allow this 9070 XT 9800X3D beast to play most games at 4K as well, so motherboard be damned. She's gonna get the job done and can always be changed down the track if you're desperate, and given the price point of this entire PC in July of 2026 is under $1,800, we will let it slide this time, but I am watching you, iBUYPOWER. So the last thing we need to do is check out the power supply, so we are going to put a small dot of thermal paste in the center of the 9800X X3D and she is going to be good to go. So all we have to do now is put our goated CL32 6400 mega transfers per second RAM back into sockets 2 and 4 and yeet the GPU back into its vertical orientation, and finally, it's time for a little backdoor action with Hank the Booty Bandit. And once we remove the back cover, the cable management is looking delicious, mate. iBUYPOWER always delivers when it comes to cable management. Me and Hank are so impressed. Plenty of room to move around the back down there. Great job, iBUYPOWER, but annoyingly, I can't see the brand of PSU, so Hank is going to have to remove it to take a quick look. So a quick drum roll and fade to black to increase the anticipation reveals that we have been given a 1000 watt power supply. Are you kidding me, iBUYPOWER? What the hell, LeBron James, is going on? Every single 9070 XT PC we have purchased from any company has had a maximum of 850 watts. Heck, even the last iBUYPOWER 9070 XT PC we got from Best Buy had a 750 watt one from RaidMax. So maybe they watched our previous video and heard Hank screaming about it and finally upped their game. This bad boy is from Channel World Technology, who I had initially never heard of, but apparently they rarely build under their own brand name. They are usually one of the main PSU makers for Corsair, MSI, and Thermaltake, which are usually in the tier B to A range, so I am calling this one a win, mate. Good job, iBUYPOWER. So for once, other than the cheap motherboard, iBUYPOWER has delivered an exceptional PC for an exceptional price. Now, I am currently finishing editing this video on the 25th of June, and the PC is still available, so don't yell at Hank if it's out of stock by the time this video posts, mate. This thing will likely be up on July the 4th, and I'm guessing because this deal is so good, it'll be out of stock by then, so I do apologize, but it is hard for Hank to see these deals and immediately make a video in one day covering them. Get off this smooth brain's back. But he will start posting these deals more on his YouTube community page, so subscribe to the channel if you want to see them. Otherwise, get out of here, mate. Me and the Glizzy love ya. Goodbye.